Hello. I wanted to show you how to do VoiceThread in Canvas really quick. And maybe we ought to start. Here we are in the assignments and introduce what VoiceThread is and why you might want to do it. VoiceThread is a multimedia asynchronous collaboration tool. So you can kind of see one of these right here. I'm going to show you the check-in that we have, just so you can kind of see what it is and how it works. So here you'll see that I made a comment, and then here are my students, like a discussion board, but it plays it like a video, and they're able to type stuff in and move through, and you'll see they take the pen and they mark something right here. Oh, so you can see circled this, and anyway, it's kind of fun. He's talking right now. I don't know if you can do it. So that's kind of what VoiceThread is. So VoiceThread allows for multimedia, pin tool, pictures, movies, and the comments to go back and forth, and it's asynchronous. They don't all have to be at the same place at the same time. So let's show you how to put it into Canvas. Canvas, if they go through Canvas, then they will automatically get an account at VoiceThread. Linked up to their BYUI account. So we're going to hit right here, add an assignment. I'm going to call this the test assignment. You can put a due date there and make a number of points and certainly hit more options. And now once you have this, here's where you can hit the instructions just like normal. Down here, it's an assignments group. Now, right here, notice that some you can use this little doohickey and say, hey, this is a group assignment. So make sure this group gets its own thing, and this group gets its own thing, and that group gets its own thing. I'm going to show you how to get to the VoiceThread. You go here to the submission type and external tool. When you click find the external tool, scroll all the way down, and you'll see VoiceThread down on the bottom. So it is integrated into Canvas, and you hit select, but notice that there's no longer a group assignment option. I'll show you how that worked again. Here's the group assignment. If I say let's do the external tool, boom, there's no group. So unfortunately it doesn't do groups well. So on the first assignment, I'll show you what I've done. Go ahead and do this. Click save or save and publish. But when you click save, it will create the assignment and connect you up to VoiceThread. You now have your account there. And you're like, ooh, let's do it. So you build an assignment. And if this is your first time, go ahead and click what type of assignment you want them to do. If you want them to create one, that's how you do it. If you want them to submit a comment on a VoiceThread that you have created, this is what you click. So I'm going to do that right here, and they're going to be like, oh, now this is, if you may notice, this is my list from it logged me in. So it has zero linked and given you an account and sent you right in there. And notice you can, if you would like to, open it in a new tab, and it will put you right in there. Click submit a comment, and it gives you your thing. If you want to create a new VoiceThread, this is how you do it. Add media from your computer. This is your backdrop. So if you've created a PowerPoint or a JPEG or some document, I'll just put a picture of me up there so you can see it. This is a test that I'm going to delete later on. You can put a description in there. Playback options. If you don't want them to be able to comment using just text, if you want to hear their voices, or if you want them to upload a file, one of their own documents, you can click some of these things here. You can just click save if you just want to do that, and you're like, oh, good. And so there it is. There's a background on my picture, and then you can comment like this and say, let's add a comment right there. And this is how a comment works in VoiceThread. Okay, I'm going to start drawing a picture with this and go like this and this and this and this. Stop recording, and then it's uploading, and I click save, and there it is. There's the comment. And so every time somebody comes into this slide, they will then comment, 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 and it will create a play bar right down here and gives you the date and time. Okay, so that was fun. Let's go back to this guy right here, and you'll see that's the assignment settings, and it's been saved, and we created a new VoiceThread. So this is the voice thread that I had everybody go through. It's called the voice thread check-in, and you'll notice I have all of the students from that class checking in here so that they all zero linked and got their account built up in VoiceThread through Canvas. However, since it doesn't do groups well, and VoiceThread really works with groups, but VoiceThreadCanvas doesn't do groups, that's what I meant to say. You'll notice I did this. So attendance for week 11, part A, this is where I had them all go to the exact same voice thread. Notice what I did for part B, however. I said this needs to be completed by midnight, and then I created 4 different groups and they each got their links right here. So let me show you how that works. So they would just click on this link and it would take them there. Now it's possible that when it takes them there through this external link that they would possibly need to either reset their password or whatever. They have an account made, but since they haven't gone through the normal voicethread.com place, it may be just a little bit different. When you go to voicethread.com, you get this right here. You get this cute little advertisement, whatever, and it says register or sign in. If you click VT Home, it still says, hey, you're not signed in. You need to sign in. Did you forget your password? Reset it. When you do this, try to sign in. It won't have your BYU Idaho password. And so go ahead and do the resetting. And once you do that, then it will take you to the home where you can create voice threads and then follow those links that I showed you before. So here's what it looks like. Let's go to home. And you can see these, that's test, that's the one I made. I'm now going to delete it. So it's deleted. You'll notice on this one, I created a voice thread called 100B week 11. I'll show you how the editing works. I uploaded just a PDF that had the different slides I wanted them to work out problems. Then I put my own comment on there, this one right up here, and where they get to know each other and then go on to these other things. And I put a first comment on each of these pages where you can see I'm working out a math problem here for them. Then I'm like, okay, done with that. And then I shared it. And this is actually one of the most important parts. If you've done this in one of your classes, it will automatically allow you to assign it to one of these classes if you would like to. I do not use this because I want to use groups for these. But here's the copy the link, allow anyone to view and comment. And double check that when you say who has access and you click anyone can comment, that is very important, and then save changes, and that's important. And so you get this URL and then it sends them to this one. Once you do that, let's go back to the list of them that we had there. So I did this and then I copied it. And it says, yes, I want to copy it. I called it group 2, and I said I want to include all of the comments, which were just mine at the time. And then copy, and it makes the group 2 one. And then I double checked on the share items on that, made sure anyone can comment, got the URL, and then copied this one, group 3, and so on and so forth until I had enough for all the groups in my class. Once I had those, then when I go back to here, I have, you'll see these students are in group 1, this is their link, group 2, their link, and so on and so forth. So when you see them, when I run through these, let me see, we're on new attendance class 11. So here in group 3, you'll see there's David and Divine and Joshua and Viola. Anyway, so they get to answer these questions and they'll move on to here, and you'll see those 4 students that are just in this group 3 that were sent this link can edit and talk to each other. When they start playing one of them, this is the reply button to be able to reply just to what he has done. So it'll create a thread on its own. Okay, I hope that kind of gives you an idea of how to walk through that. These have to be graded by itself, whereas the Part A version, where it's it sinks right in there, does have an option where you can grade it inside of Canvas. But again, I couldn't get that to work out very well with the groups. So this is how I've chosen to do groups. Hopefully that gives a little bit of help. Good luck. We have loved doing this with math classes and the interaction and audio and visual that go along with it. I'm also able to teach an institute class, and we've been able to I had to use it in an institute class as well. So with religion, I wanted to show you how we were able to do it with religion. The same way, I didn't have them go through Canvas because they're not all BYU Idaho students, so I just had them make a free account and then connect up. And you'll notice here the slides, I have backgrounds of what the lesson was about. This was personal meaning for scripture study after we studied many different techniques and marking and using different study helps and all sorts of things. So the slides, there were some quotes that were in the lesson manual. I did a presentation before just by video, but to allow them to interact, you'll notice like something I would say like this. She starts talking about what she has done. She talked about, and she can start marking up the scriptures and finding the most meaningful things for her. She's read the entire Book of Mormon, referencing things that have reference to happiness. And so she does this one. And so they spend about 2 minutes teaching a small little mini lesson to each other and kind of opened my eyes to the possibilities that exist here. This particular student focused on verse 17 and some insights from the student manual. Anyway, from math to religion, they get to talk and draw and mark their scriptures, and it's been quite good. I like it.